I'd like to call to order the Schenectady City Caucus meeting for Monday, February 23rd, 2026. We have one item for public hearing. If the clerk would please read.
Public hearing number 1 regarding Chapter 183 of the Schenectady City Code entitled Nuisances.
And we have 18 items for original consideration. If the clerk can please read item number 1.
Item number 1 for original consideration, a resolution calling for a public hearing for the Neighborhood Revitalization Strategy Area.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 2.
Item number 2 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the mayor to accept $201,933.85 assistance to firefighters grant.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 3.
Item number 3 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the mayor to accept $2,008,304.50 staffing for adequate fire and emergency response grant.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 4.
Item number 4 for original consideration, a resolution transmitting to the Schenectady County Planning Department proposed changes to the Schenectady zoning ordinance entitled Adding the Definition of Battery Energy Storage Facilities to Section 264-2 to the Schenectady City Code to allow battery storage facilities in designated districts.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 5.
Item number 5 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of a vacant lot at 274 Duane Avenue for $3,000.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 6.
Item number 6 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of a vacant lot at 405 Duane Avenue for $8,000.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 7.
Item number 7 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 814 Bedford Road for $75,000.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 8.
Item number 8 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 942 Emmett Street for $101,001.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 9.
Item number 9 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 1013 Delamont Avenue for $111,500.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 10.
Item number 10 for original consideration, a resolution to amend the ARPA allocation to Plan B for the Hamilton Hill Art Center.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 11.
Item number 11 for original consideration, a resolution honoring the beloved community member Marsha Martimore.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent, and this item will be presented at a later date, February 28th, 2026. Item number 12.
Item number 12 for original consideration, a resolution recognizing Women's History Month and the 4th annual We March to Celebrate Women, Schenectady Women's March celebration being held on March 7th, 2026.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent, and this item will be discussed out of order for March 7th, 2026. Item number 13.
Item number 13 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing settlement of a claim with Charter Communications.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 14.
Item number 14 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing settlement of a claim with John D. Marcella and Sons Appliances Incorporated.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 15.
Item number 15 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing settlement of a claim by Anushka Kalicharan.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 16.
Item number 16 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing settlement of a claim with Jill Dittmar.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 17.
Item number 17 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing settlement of a claim with John Ballard.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 18.
Item number 18 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the settlement of a tax certiorari actions by the respective owners of Unit 102, Unit 106, Unit 207, and Unit 303 of 1201 Knott Street.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. If there are no further items to come before the City Caucus, may I have a motion to adjourn? Moved by Mr. Toro, seconded by Mr. Chairs. All in favor? Aye, we are adjourned. I'd like to call to order the Schenectady City Council meeting for February 23rd, 2026. I will be giving the invocation tonight, followed by Mr. Engert doing the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone wouldn't mind, please standing. Leaders of leaders, I pray for those who hold positions of leadership and authority in our government and institutions. Grant us wisdom to govern with justice, compassion, and humility. May we be mindful of our responsibility to serve all people, not some, especially the most vulnerable and marginalized. Give us courage to stand up for truth, righteousness, and peace, even in the face of opposition, and to resist the temptation of self-interest. Surround us with wise counselors and advisors who will guide us in making decisions for all citizens. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If the clerk would please take the roll.
Mr. Chairs?
Present.
Mr. Toro? Present. Mr. Engert? Mr. Matuvaran is absent. Ms. Patrick is absent. Ms. Wiggins is absent. Mr. Williams?
Present. I'd like to ask for approval of the minutes for Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Or actually, correction. We have one public hearing this evening, and I see we have no one signed up to speak. So I'll declare the public hearing closed. I ask for approval of the minutes for Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Moved by Mr. Toro, seconded by Mr. Engert. All those in favor? Aye. If the clerk would please read any communications or petitions.
Communications presented to City Council for Monday, February 23rd, 2026. Under Official from Mayor Gary McCarthy, a list of appointments dated February 23rd, 2026. Under General from Robert S. Albee of the Schenectady Vets Club, a thank you letter for the funds that will help continue to maintain the home of the Schenectady Veterans of World War II Incorporated, and under petitions there were none.
I'd like to call on any council members for their committee reports. Hearing none, privilege of the floor concerning matters of the legislative agenda, and I see we have no one signed up to speak. So I'll declare public comment on the legislative agenda closed. I will ask for approval of the legislative consent agenda. Moved by Mr. Chairs, seconded by Mr. Toro. All those in favor? Aye. At this time, I will offer privilege of the floor concerning general city business. And we have 5 people signed up to speak. I'd like to remind the public that you have 3 minutes, the first of which will be Mr. George Brum. It says there was an online sign up.
Yeah.
Mr. Brum? Seeing no one, we will move on to the next. Mr. Kenneth Hill.
How you doing today? My name is Kenneth Hill. I'm here advocating for my mom, Shelby Hill. She's disabled, she's ill. Okay, she occupies 512 Schenectady Street, in which the city of Schenectady just foreclosed on her property, took possession of her property, okay, and then evicted her. All right, this is what we do to our senior citizens, okay? Ms. Hill, okay, 2015, my dad owed 2015 taxes. 2016, he passed away. 2017, my mom took possession of the property. Ms. Hill paid 17, 18, 19, and up on the taxes, okay, which everybody knows you should be paying. You paid arrears to the front. So if she paid 17, it should have went to 50. If she paid, you know what I'm saying, 18, it should have went to 16. In this case, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. Okay, so they put a lien on her property when there shouldn't have been a lien on her property. Okay, forward time on, they blocked the 15 and 16. So now, okay, they foreclosed on it. She gets a lawyer. She does the Chapter 13. Okay, she's in good standings with her Chapter 13. For whatever reason, they don't see the Chapter 13 or whatever. Okay, and they foreclosed on her property, and we're here now. They took possession. Her tax was only $17,000 for 15 and 16. Okay, combined. She's not only that, but she's even She shouldn't be in none of these situations. She should have a homestay under the Chapter 13. Y'all should have submitted a stay of release. You know what I'm saying, if you're gonna take her property. There's a lot of variables that could have took case. They said that they communicated with her. She's a 71-year-old woman, you know, saying senior citizens. Okay, if she had to sign something or someone was delivered to her, she would have contacted one of her kids. Hey, I don't understand this. Something came to the house. I signed something. I didn't sign something. We would have known it, and we could have challenged it, and we could have took care of it in advance. But that didn't happen. Okay, Valentine's Day comes around, and all of a sudden, last November, they had foreclosed on our house, took possession of our house, and then it's on Willow or Zillow for over $180,000. Ain't no house on the hill worth that much. And then they keep inflating the taxes on all these old properties. Like we're gonna really sell them for what they are. They're not, they need a lot of work. All these houses need a lot of work. This is not how you treat your local people who's put in a lot of work on Hamilton Hill to help all these kids from Yale High all the way up. I'm a guy who takes care of the hill. I don't ask for praise, I don't ask for nothing. Pay it forward, move on. My mom, my dad, we always took care of the community. We was like the community parents, I'm like the community uncle. If I know it, you know it.
Mr.
If
Hill,
you need help,
Mr. Hill,
I got
I'm gonna
you.
need you to summarize, sir.
Yep. So my thing here is, I would like some latitude. I would like for them to definitely help us get our house back and transfer the paperwork and everything back over to my mother. Definitely take another look at the case. Something is off and something is wrong. We need to fix it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Next, we'll have Jennifer Bacon.
Good evening. My name's Jennifer Bacon. I am the homeowner of 1313 Helderberg Ave in Schenectady. And I am just here tonight because I don't believe the city of Schenectady has treated me fairly, and I just want that clearly on the public record. I purchased my home in October of 2022. My property taxes are paid through an escrow, and I've always remained current. I'm not irresponsible, I'm not negligent, and I'm not trying to avoid paying taxes. My deed includes 2 parcels. One parcel was transferred correctly. The second parcel, my side yard, was not. That error was made by the city assessor's office and was not corrected until November 24th, 2025, 3 years after I purchased my home. Because of that mistake, tax bills for 2023, 2024, and 2025 were mailed to the previous owners, the Lotchmans, at their address in Ozone Park, not to me in Schenectady. These city records show this. During these years, I was not listed as the owner. The evidence the city is using to foreclose on my property is addressed to the Lotchmans, not to me. I never received a bill, I never received a notice, and because a parcel was not in my name, these taxes were never added to my escrow. If the parcel had been transferred correctly to begin with, this entire situation could have been avoided. Once I became aware of this situation, I immediately tried to resolve it through proper legal channels. I contacted Corporation Counsel and was told by Assistant Corporation Counsel Andrew Dashinger that my matter would be taken to council, but that I needed to wait because there was no city council president at the time. I waited. Once a new president was elected, congratulations, Mr. Williams, I followed up and asked when would my matter be reviewed. At that point, I was told by Corporation Counsel Maxine Barash that, I think I said her name right, but it would, that regardless whether I was ever notified or billed, I'm still responsible for all interest, penalties, and foreclosure-related fees. I want to be very clear, I do not find this fair at all. Interest and penalties are meant to apply when someone ignores a bill. You can't ignore a bill you never received, right? You can't pay taxes you were never notified about. And you cannot correct an error that you never knew existed. Once a parcel was corrected into my name, I paid the 2026 taxes as they came due. As a matter of fact, my taxes for 2026 are paid in full right now for my side yard. I find this as this reflects on my good faith and my commitment to meet my obligations as I should be done. I am a single mom on a strict budget, and I'm now being told that I owe over $2,500 because of a city error. that I must simply just accept it. I do not accept that. I want the council to be aware that I have contacted local news stations and I have interviews scheduled regarding this situation. I'm speaking here tonight because I would prefer accountability and resolution over publicity. But I am prepared to tell my story publicly if necessary. I'm not asking for special treatment, I'm only asking for fairness. I'm asking that this council remove the lien, waive the interest, penalties, foreclosure costs, and the lien fees that exist, only because the city failed to transfer a parcel that I legally own. I'm also asking for a reasonable time beyond May 28th to pay these base taxes.
Excuse me, Ms. Bacon, I'll need you to summarize.
Okay, I'm so sorry. But expecting a resident to absorb years of charges caused by a city error is not equitable, and I do not accept it. If the city can make an error, acknowledge it, and still punish the resident anyway, that is not justice. And that is why I'm here tonight. Thank you.
Next, if I'm reading this correctly, it's Philip Miller.
Good evening, council members. My name is Philip Miller. I'm an attorney from Albany, New York. I'm here to address an eviction situation for my clients. I have Mr. Slim, his wife, and one of his daughters with me tonight. Situation is this: Mr. Slim has owned this property since 2018. He received notice apparently back in 2022. The property is now being foreclosed upon for $565. I have handouts for members of the council. He's paid a considerable amount of taxes since then, and it was his understanding this, I'm not mistaken, was already satisfied. There are 11 people living in this house, 6 of which are children, with 5 adults. I now have in my OLA account, my attorney escrow account, $18,000. We don't know exactly what's owed on taxes, and we can't find out because of the situation where we find ourselves in. But we're prepared to pay taxes, bring the taxes current at this time. Again, if you look at the printouts that I've given you, Mr. Slim has paid a considerable amount of taxes since 2022, most recent which being in 2024. I'm not going to tell you that I think he's totally current with the taxes. He may well not be. He runs a small store, and like many people, he's struggling to get along. Some days business is good, some days business is not good. But he's supporting 6 children, and he's struggling and doing the best that he can. And he's been able now to raise $18,000 through good graces of friends, relatives, and other resources, whatever they might be. I have now $18,000. I'm prepared to draw a check and make these taxes current. I asked the council to take this into consideration. He's due to be evicted this week. His family would be out in the street with no place to go. I'm asking the council to take this into consideration and stay this eviction while we resolve these tax matters. Thank you. Anyone has any questions? I'm here.
So there's not an open dialogue. If you want to wait till after the meeting concludes, I imagine individuals will come up and have a further conversation with you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Rachel Kahn.
Hello. I'm here as the director of the Hamilton Hill Arts Center. I wanted to thank the City Council for their support and allowing us to renovate our original building with the ARPA funds. I wanted to acknowledge that I submitted all of the paperwork requested and let you know that this will help to stabilize an institution that has been a foundational institution in Hamilton Hill for 57 years. So thank you.
And I have no one else signed up to speak, so I'll declare public comment on general city business closed. At this time, I'll entertain any miscellaneous business of the council. Mr. Shears.
Thank you, Council President Williams. Just quickly want to let everyone know that Schenectady NAACP is inviting all of the residents of the city of Schenectady celebrating 100 years of Black history and legacy, February 28th, 2026, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Schenectady Boys and Girls Club on Education Drive. If you're available, I'm sure it'll be amazing, and there's a lot of amazing people that came from the NAACP, including Ms. Marsha Mortimer that we did a resolution for recently. Thank you.
And before I turn over to the mayor, just a matter of a correction for the approval of the minutes. We need to redo that. That will need to be for Tuesday, February 9th, 2026. If I may have a motion, moved by Mr. Engert, second by Mr. Chairs. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's always good to see people come out, and thankfully the snowstorm stayed generally to our south so that we're again, just that much closer to spring. I yield any further time, Mr. President.
Thank you. I first would like to start off by saying congratulations to Leah at Sweet Sprig for opening her store on J Street. It's very exciting to see some local businesses coming into fruition. I know that that was definitely a long seamed effort, but I would recommend anyone that has the opportunity to stop by. There's definitely a lot of awesome trinkets and just homemade lotions and candles that just helps us support our smaller businesses, which really and sincerely help define Schenectady and all of its character. Next, I'd like to say there's Restaurant Week starting, so sincerely, if you have any extra dollars coming out to support our restaurants, either with a new cuisine altogether or coming to try some of your favorite dishes, this is definitely one of the opportunities where we get to showcase just our amazing eateries that exist throughout the county, but very much I would hope you kind of focus on Schenectady, the city. And then next to last, I'd like to say congratulations to Chief Whipple. Over the time in this elected role, I've had the opportunity to work closely with him, and I look forward to the elevated accomplishments he will be able to do in service to the community. And also, I want to give a shout out to Prince Sprague for making an amazing recruitment video for the city of Schenectady. I had the opportunity to share a brief comment with the mayor, and it had me considering wanting to apply myself. That's how captivating it was. But sincerely, having that accurate reflection of what our officers do on a day-to-day basis very much tells the story of how important and vital of a role that they play. Lastly, I'd like to say everyone that came up to speak about the home status that their loved ones or themselves are in, I ask that you please wait till after this meeting concludes. I myself would really like to have a deep felt conversation with you, and thank you for that. So at this point, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Mr. Chairs, seconded by Mr. Engert. All those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.